Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan, and this is the KingCast, the place where we cover the latest Bethesda news. And today, I am joined with an awesome co-host. My normal co-host is gone. You see, the Queen is gone today. But I've got a great fill-in, Mr. Fargassier, a great content creator on Fallout 76. And do you do other Bethesda stuff? Well, I'll just let
Um,
you introduce yourself and tell us all about your channel and everything.
well, it's mainly Fallout 76 related, but definitely with the Outer Worlds 2 coming up, and other I love Elder Scrolls. It's one of those things. Fallout 3 was the first love, but it's one of those things now where it's like I want to start divvying up into other games, but I think the main bit of the channel will, as long as 76 is around, I think it's going to be 76.
Right.
But yeah, how's
Well,
your night going otherwise, buddy?
well, thank you for being on the KingCast, man. I appreciate it so much.
I appreciate the invite.
We just met at New York, but you're a fellow Southerner, so
Hmm.
I thought it'd be great to have you on and talk to my people, and they've been excited to have you as well. Tell us a little bit about yourself before we get going.
My name's Jason. You can call me by my real name. You can call me Gassy, whatever you want to call me, except late to a meal. 38 years old, and I'm just having fun. That's like my name is a fart joke on YouTube, and once people realize that my name's a fart joke, you really named yourself? I'm like, yep. I don't take myself seriously, and I don't expect anybody to either. But yeah, I work in IT and education. That's my day-to-day job, and I got a wife and 3 dogs, and right now I'm pretty tired because we've been remodeling the living room.
Oh,
So
wow.
paint, do some floor work, get all that going, and just having some fun. And one of my buddies this morning, he was like, "Who are you?" Because I talked about cleaning out my shed this morning instead of streaming. He's like, "You're getting old, man." And I'm like, "You know what? It's okay though. It's
That's
okay."
part of it. Part of it. So,
Hmm.
where did you get the name Fargassier? Let's get in
So
since you said it's a fart joke.
that was done back when I worked at Miller Lite. I worked in a distribution center, and we like to play D&D. And one night we were coming up with names for each other. And one of my buddies goes, "Well, Jason's far gassier than any man that I've ever met because the diet was not, it was a good diet. Maybe not the best for you, but and it stuck. And I had a different name because I started doing YouTube content in 2009. I started with Modern Warfare 2 and Battlefield, and then I got into streaming in 2011. And once I took a break, I did it for like 7 years. I cussed a lot. Whatever I wanted to talk about, I talked about, and I made like 1,800 videos. And I burnt myself out because of just the constant grind. But I took the name Fargassier because I was like, it's a funny name. Maybe somebody will grab it. The random thoughts that pop into your head. And then I met my girlfriend, now wife, and she talked me into getting back into doing YouTube. And I think it's because she didn't want me to talk to her about video games because she was
Yeah,
over at the
talk to
house one day.
YouTube. Talk to YouTube.
Dude, yeah, she was like she was trying to study for a psych test, and I was sitting there talking about Horizon and Aloy, and she's like, I'm not a gamer. I'm not into this conversation. But then after the second, third time she was coming over, I saw her not studying as much and wanting to be more involved into
Oh.
those talks. And she goes, "Why don't you get back into streaming or doing like YouTube?" I was like, "Look, it's a lot of work. It's one of those things that I've never kept a relationship because when I go into something, I go into something. So if you're cool with it and you can handle it, then I'm perfectly down with it." And I was sitting there talking to one of my buddies, and I was like, "I don't think my old name's going to come back. I think I'm going to let that channel just be dead in the dirt. But I think the name Fargassier, I think that would be just funny enough to my brain. And I'll have some fun with it. And this suck, and here we go."
This is a lot harder than people think. People
It
look and
really
go,
is.
I can do that. Well, you can for one or two videos, but boy, it gets
And it's
daunting.
not it's not even the talking. It's not even the subject matter. You can chat GBT up a good topic if you really wanted to. It's more of the consistency because so many of my friends want to get into doing YouTube. They want to start streaming. But I'm like, the making the videos, the streaming part, that's the easy part. It's the you have to be your own social media manager, and I hate social media with a passion. I was around when Twitter came around, And I hated it then, and I hate it now. But it's one of the things that you have to do. You have to do things that you don't want to do. You have to socialize. You have to interact with people. You have to. I like to people, but I have a certain level that I want to people with people. I'd rather hang out with my dogs. But it's something that's the hardest part to me. Is it's not making the videos. It's not sitting there talking into a mic. At first it is, but then you start finding your rhythm. But you've got to do your editing. You've got to do your posting. You got to build a lot of relationships. And I think the hardest part to me is maintaining the relationships, because it's so hard as humans. Like, you have your thing, I have my thing. A lot of people have jobs, so it's hard to keep that connection and that friendship, and to make sure that you don't feel like a butthole because you're off doing your thing. And that's why I tell my friends all the time that I just game with. I'm like, I feel like a butthole because, like, this week I've made 9 videos. I haven't had a chance to really sit down and play video games, and that's what today kind of was. It was just a reset for my brain of sitting down playing video games. And
we relaxing. Took you away from your video game playing.
Yeah, how dare you? That my wife's friends wanted to go to dinner at the same time that this happened, and I was like, "Look, baby, this was already in the books. I told you about this.
We've got some important plan today.
If they want to eat and hang out, I'll be there. Like, this goes on for an hour or so, and then we'll be good to go. But hey, if you want to go, I'll grab some chicken wings.
Well, thank you for hanging out with us for an hour. We appreciate it very much. Hello to everybody. I won't have as much time with the chat today as I normally have, but please go ahead and put up your questions for me, for Fargassier. We will be glad to answer as much as I see them. Be sure and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, please subscribe to Fargassier as well. His link is down in the description of this video, so everybody go and subscribe to him right now. And then we'll get back to the KingCast. We're going to talk about Fallout 76 today. Of course, the Burning Springs update number 64. Can you believe that? So we're going to get all into that, plus what's current going on in Fallout 76 and other Bethesda and gaming news as well. And of course, as always, we will answer your questions, but the Super Chats go to the front of the line. So please forgive me if I miss any of your questions and stuff. So on to Fallout 76. What is going on right now? The current news, the mutated public events was removed this week because there was problems with it, I guess. Did you hear what happened to the mutated public events?
Something wasn't acting right, but as far as I know, it could be that update that they just released that caused a problem, because it's been a working event previously, but we have had a few updates since the last one, so I have no idea what happened, but at the same time, anytime you get an update, you change the binary, you're going to have some problems. So at least with Bethesda and the great team, I will say this, like Rich and Danielle, I love them to death. They are always on the side of the players and trying to give us as much as they can. And it's one of those things, like, most companies don't have to do anything. They'd be like, oh, sorry, mutated event's not working. Sorry about that, But at least we get, like, double XP. It's not going to help the folks over rank 100. I would have liked to seen a double XP, double score, so you get both sides of the coin. But Bethesda knows the percentages of number of people that are not over rank 100, and doing the double XP is something that's going to help even people over rank 100, because you get the perk points and stuff like that from leveling up, and then those that are not rank 100,
So we do have double XP going on right now through October the 6th. That's Monday at noon. Also, they've added additional daily challenges each day through October the 9th, and they will add additional weekly challenges coming up next week. So awesome, awesome stuff. Also, remember, starting October the 7th, that is Tuesday. You know what Tuesday is? The Halloween event is starting. Mischief Night going through the 21st, so I can't wait for that. And also remember that the new camp contest is underway right now, which is the Halloween-themed camp contest. Are you doing any of the camp contests?
I can build a crap shack. I can absolutely build a crap shack all day long. I get lucky with my camp builds. I think I can now build better because of the new update, but I'm still nowhere. Like, have you seen those posts on Twitter that they've been sharing around?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Makes me ashamed of my house with my little decorating that I do.
No, listen, we all started with 4 walls that were made out of wood, and I still see those camps from time to time. But no, like, yeah, no, I don't. I'm not really one that builds a lot of camps. If I'm wanting something to do at my camp or get some kind of inspiration, yeah, I'll build a camp. But I'm not much of a camp builder. I think I'm going to build more now, but I've got 2 or 3 camps that I really like, and I don't know if I could ever get rid of them. So
Yeah. I've got 11 slots, so.
Oh god. Oh man.
For each character. DL Stone, Super Chat, thank you so much. It says, no questions. You two are absolute legends. Well, thank you so much. He's a legend. I'm just a little
chilling.
peon. Respect
Just
and
a dude.
appreciate everything the two of you have done over the years and continue to do. Both of your content is amazing. Well, thank you so much. A tradition here on the KingCast is to give a Walter when anybody gives a super chat. So
Stop pushing the damn button.
there's you, Walter.
I still like jalapeno on a stick.
Oh, I love jalapeno on a stick.
Dude, I see Stone on Twitter and in streams so much talking about somebody that interacts and that's something that I'm talking about. Like, you build friendships even with the community.
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
certain members in the community that have my cell phone number. It's like you build those connections over years and years and years, and you actually become friends with people.
Yes.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, and that's why I started doing this stuff. It's because it's small town. You don't get many gamers in towns like that. So
I know
it's awesome to do.
I know it. I have not said hello to everybody, but hello, everybody. Hey, DeMarco, dude, what's going on? I love that crown by your name. That looks awesome. Thank you. And he says, leave a like. Yes. So let's talk about what's going on because of the new Burning Springs. I haven't talked about this much on my channel. Milepost Zero is closing down. Your thoughts on Milepost Zero closing down? And by the way, most of the vendors are going to Highway Town, which is kind of cool because there are some really cool vendors that you can grind and get that have some unique rewards.
Dude, I gotta give old Wreck-It Renee a shout out on that one. I didn't even notice that Wendy was in Highway Town. I did not see her. And last night on stream, I didn't take a picture of it, but in front of Wendy's shop, when you go up to her shop, the sign is Korean, and if you go to Google Translate and you translate it, it says Cryptid Hunter.
Wow.
That it comes out to. And I was like, little moments like that make me happy. But honestly, I hate that caravans are going away because they're great for the weekly, like the events on your weekly, but we're about to have bounty hunting,
yes,
which I think is going to be even better for players in the wasteland, because let's be real, caravans have had a problem since they started with the pathing. Yes. And Bethesda's tried to fix it. They changed the timer on it, and honestly, I'd like to see it come back in the future, maybe and I like how they kind of left it open-ended with the Blue Ridge Caravan, saying that, hey, it's a little too dangerous for us. Yeah. And so
gave a lore reason.
Yeah. One of the big gripes with Skyline Valley I've seen a lot of people talk about is there just wasn't a lot there for people to explore. And that's one thing I'm really excited about. I think it's like 20 to 25 spots in this new Ohio region. And I'm absolutely thrilled that there's more to do there. And, them closing Milepost Zero, that does free up a lot of space for them to potentially put something in there or around there or something like that to utilize that space. But yeah, it's sad to see them go, but remember, and this is something that I have planned for the week, remember, they are giving a special prefix and suffix to players that push through and do the quest for the caravan. So make sure that if you're a person that you like to do some collecting, that's going to be one that you're not going to be able to get again unless they offer it up in some kind of bundle. But I don't think they will. I think this is going to be a limited time deal that you can get the prefix and the suffix for completing the quest line for the caravans. So I'm super excited for that one.
It says your link does not work in the description. Dadgummit. Well, I'm going to get that fixed right now.
It's probably best if they just don't know or click that link. They'll just see a gassy creator. You know what I mean? but I'll answer Surfer's question. So they asked at was there any questions that the developers would not answer? And my response to them in chat was, they would answer any question. But you got to remember who you're talking to. They can't tell us things because that would give away secrets for the next updates.
Yes.
Now, Rush likes to talk in riddles, where he talked about how you made a video talking about Bigfoot and stuff like that. Did you catch that little like?
I did.
That little, the cultists should have like worshipped somebody else and said Bigfoot, and then just instantly pushed right past that into something else, and just like, wait a second.
Wait, what did he just say?
What'd you say? Are we talking about Grassman? Okay.
Well, I also noticed this is in the PTS notes, and this is big time. Now, we already talked about this a little, but it says the story for Burning Springs is planned as the beginning chapter for a story that spans multiple updates.
Wait, did you hear what Carl said in the developer AMA on the embargo day? When Carl said, "Oh, you like the Rust King? Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. Maybe we'll see more of him in the future."
Yeah. That's what I've been quoting off of until this comment came out. That I knew there was going to be more with him and probably more with the Ghoul as well.
Oh, I can definitely see it, and I'd like to see them utilize bringing in the TV show with the Ghoul makes so much sense because of how long ghouls can live. He was on a mission. So, I mean, like, there's so many lore implications with the Ghoul being there and where the Ghoul could be. It's like when I was talking to him and how in previous interviews they've talked about this being a Megaton update and, you know, little slips of the tongue and stuff like that. So it's something that it makes me excited, the potentiality that we could actually see the Capital Wasteland and what that is.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
boy, you did a great segue because I was about to ask you, and you put out a video, and I haven't watched it yet, but it was about hints, and my people's been talking about that. I've already found the Enclave helicopter that's actually in the opening screen.
I haven't found it yet.
Well, I found it. It's close to Athens, is where it's close to.
Okay.
I want to tell you what I believe.
Okay.
I believe we're going to have a few, because Bill has hinted about it, John has hinted about it. I believe we're going to have a future map expansion to Washington, D.C., and it's going to be Enclave-based. That's my thoughts.
So the cool thing is Ken from Fallout for Hope, him and me were sitting there talking, and he asked me, he goes, what do you think, which way is the vertibird facing? Is it facing east or is it facing west? Did somebody come from the west to the east and get shot down? Or are they going from the east to the west to go somewhere? And then I was talking to Nywall because he called me to ask some questions when he was doing his coverage. And we were sitting there talking, and he goes, well, you mentioned that vertibird, and there's a cage behind it. What if they were carrying the Rust King? And then I go, what if a Braxodine was working on a biological experiment, and that's why we have the Rust the way they are? Because Epic Nate just put out a video like a week or so right after the embargo bit about how the Chinese was working on the biological stuff before the bombs fell. And that's when the government took over the FEV project. And then the team's talking about how much intelligence this dude has as the Rust King, but at the same time, he's still got his raider mentality. So could the Rust King, now I'll pose this question to you, could the Rust King be one of the early test projects of FEV where they tested on a prisoner or something like that, so he became intelligent, became a super mutant, and they were carrying him to a test facility
and crashed,
and then got shot down, and now he's here.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to have to go back and look at the cage. I've got it all recorded. I stood there forever and recorded that area.
Oh, Lelouch says they found a bit of hidden lore about the Rust King, about the Enclave vertibird did carry the Rust King. The holotape, there's a holotape that confirms it, and it's next to the vertibird.
Oh, I got to go back. Okay, I didn't find the holotape.
I need to go to Athens tonight.
Awesome, thanks for the information.
Seriously.
DeMarco Dude says the former director of 76 who left, did he work on Burning Springs before he left? Wondering if the team left can keep up the good momentum with the change in leadership. You know, they work on things years in advance. I doubt, if you're talking about Jeff Gardner, I doubt he worked on it because he's been gone quite a while now.
Also, too, remember that it's not just the Austin team. They have the team at Double 11 working on stuff as well.
There's
So,
actually 3 outside studios. I didn't know this for a while, but yeah, Double 11's one, and my memory can't get the other 2. One of them just kind of does artwork, but there's another one that helps Double 11. So yeah, it's not just Austin anymore because Austin actually has another game going on, which is Spy Team, whatever in the world Spy Team is. They're still working on Spy Team. So whatever that is.
On that one.
Let's talk about some of the new weapons because I know my people had questions on the new weapons. Not just the nitro hand cannon, which is the ghoul's gun, but there's also and I don't know if it's a whole weapon or just an effect. There's an Abraxadine nozzle, I guess, to the plasma flamer. Have you seen this?
So it's in the B-roll assets that they gave us. And the cool thing about this is in that B-roll footage, if you listen to it, you can hear the people that are getting shot with it coughing. So it's a cool little like, you got to turn the volume up a little bit on it. But it's one of those things that I really like. But yeah, I think that is from the turning in the Abraxadine intel, because when you first get that little like, hey, collect these little intel bits, if you look at the outline, they basically pulled who's that Pokemon? And it's basically, it looks like a plasma flamer. So I think that's one you get
on Dirty Laundry.
Dirty Laundry. One of the dudes that was in the server last night, they were already up to like 76 or 80 of those of the briefcases. They're like, I want them all. I want that weapon. I was like, I do too, but I'm not doing it tonight. That'd take way too long.
Yes. Do you know of any other new weapons or anything coming through this update?
There's supposed to be new weapons and new legendary effects for humans and ghouls. I have not had the luxury of getting anything as of yet, except for the hand cannon, and that's just because we can craft it in the actual like crafting menu.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, they're like the 2 new events. I think they both have a unique weapon, potentially from the bounty hunting as well. But I can't say for certain. But I think the patch notes said something about some unique weapons.
Yes.
The super stem pike. Yeah. There
yes,
you go.
the stem pike. I was about to mention this. The super stem pike. Now, excuse me, stem pike. I'll never get that. This one is a very unique looking. It's got 2 stem packs on the end of whatever the spear is, but I haven't seen the effects and stuff of it yet.
You know what that weapon makes me think without seeing it? It just makes me think about Fallout London. That's it. Genuine. It makes me think of Fallout London with that name.
Yes.
I wonder too if that's like a little nod because it's something from the medieval times or something like that. I don't know. It just makes my brain instantly goes to. Also, they just dropped a update for that. I need to jump back in.
Yes.
It's been a while since I played.
Yeah, I hadn't near done all of that. Well, if you've been living under a rock, we are talking about Burning Springs, the 64th update to Fallout 76, which comes this December. It actually comes out the very same day that Season 2 drops for Fallout, the TV show, and I believe that's the 17th. Is that the day it comes out?
Well, I don't know if it's releasing on... I haven't heard that one confirmed or denied of like that it's coming out on the same date of it. I thought they were just tying it to be right there near.
That's what I'd heard, but I may have come up with that in my own head. But I bet some of y'all can look in the chat if they've said before.
Because so the 17th is a Wednesday. So
yeah, they normally do it on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yeah. So I would say probably December the 2nd. Because that's the first Tuesday of the month, but if not, it would be the 9th or the 16th. But I can see it being the 2nd, depending on how the PTS is going at that time.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking over the new mods that are coming out with it, and most of them, I say most of them, a lot of them are for the stacking stuff. They're really jumping into this stacking stuff.
Which I'm excited to see what actually comes out to the public.
Yes.
Because, as Bill said, he doesn't want to tell us what's in there or what his favorite one is because then it won't make it into the game. And as we know, we were going to have two, chat. We were going to have two legendary fish this go around, but Bill said one that he liked, and that's the canon bit now we only have one.
Why would he cut one? Come on, man.
Dang it, Bill. I'm going to have to send him a message.
Yeah, they are it looks like there's about 5 1-star, 5 2-star, 5 3-stars that they're testing right now. And of course, those are in the PTS notes if you want to know more about them. We won't know what actually hits the game until they test them. In fact, even all the levels are not up yet. Like here's one, Adrenal. It says damage per kill while on a kill streak up to whatever percent. They don't even know yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all going to be based on testing. And honestly, that's one thing that I do like about this PTS versus some of the other ones that we've had in the past, where they give you the specifics. And then, so the great thing is if you don't give players the specific number, they can't complain about you adjusting that specific number. And I think I don't know if that's why they're doing it, but if that's why they're doing it, it's a very smart decision. And if they're not doing it for that reason and something else, then it's just happenstance that it's a super smart decision because players can't get mad at you if you don't tell them what you're going to get beforehand.
This is true. Corncob makes a really good point. He says, we actually know from speaking with the devs that Skyline Valley was largely done by Double 11, which is true. And Burning Springs has been handled mostly by Austin, which is absolutely true.
And I think it is like a rotating back and forth with those type of updates. So maybe because I know a bunch of folks at Double 11 worked on like the art and stuff for Highway Town and stuff like that, but I don't know. But yes, DeMarco's true, but Fallout fans can get mad about anything Fallout related.
Absolutely, 100%. But it could be, and this is just the king speaking, once the Fallout TV show hit and was such a success, and we know this, Microsoft had a meeting with Bethesda and said, we need Fallout content, we need it now. So that might have got BGS Austin back more involved with the game.
Well, that's the thing is I don't think anybody at Microsoft or Bethesda thought the TV show was going to hit like it did. Because, just looking at it, because there was nothing. There was really nothing planned.
Nothing.
Like, you had Fallout London come out, but that wasn't a Bethesda thing.
And the Fallout 4 update that broke the game.
But no. The Fallout 4 update that still has the game broken, still has not been fixed since it got released.
Yes.
But thankfully, a lot of the big projects have done it. Honestly, that update should have been an optional. That should have been an optional update that either you could or you couldn't. I know consoles needed it, but my Atlanta. PC, folks, we did not need it. We did not want it. And I had to revert a bunch of my old stuff until they fixed a lot of the mods that I use on a day-to-day basis.
Let's see. Danny says, see, another thing I found interesting was the files. The model of the Rust skin supposedly has XO1 butt plate and other parts of XO1 armor. I'm wondering where he got it since we don't find any. I haven't. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
go
you.
Ahead.
You.
Well, I was just gonna say what people find. It's crazy because the PTS opened up, and you see ATX stuff. You see everything that's already data mined. You have to remember, just because it's data mined or just because it's in the public test server does not mean that it's coming to the game.
Yeah, there's still things from the original game file that's not in the game. Yeah.
And I mean that's the thing about it. Like, look, a year and 2 months ago, we had the Outlook, the Lookout bundle that had the Rad Hog and Fire in it, and then the Rush reminded me, and a couple of folks reminded me on Twitter, the Helvetia bundle had the hanging Rad Hogs in there.
Yep.
So they like to tease things, and honestly, if I was a company, if I was running something, I would put things inside of the game files just to mess with folks.
The data miners.
just to get the rumor mill going and being like, yes. Tell me more about the thing that I put in there to mess with you. Yes.
Matt says, what about stash increase? Any increase, or are we getting another unlimited storage container like the ammo container to help manage our stashes? Nothing so far.
Yeah, the only rumor mill that I heard was the aid box, and that rumor mill started like 6 to 12 months ago. So maybe in the next few months we'll hear something. But honestly, I would love to see a stash increase. And I have a video planned for it. It's my thoughts on what they should do with Fallout first, to actually open it up, the unlimited stash container, to other folks, that I think they could do, and it would give them a lot of good graces, not the full unlimited stash side, but I think they could do some stuff. But yeah, I mean, look, I started Fallout 76 with what, 200, 400 pounds in our stash weight. There, we've seen it come a long way, but maybe they'll update the servers to be able to hold more in the stash boxes, especially now with the second season coming out with Fallout TV show. So maybe we can see some stash improvements and stuff like that after we kind of see what is going on with the TV show. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything, and
It has always been a weight management game. Big time.
It really has.
Big time.
It really is. I mean, that's the biggest thing I suggest to people, is having those mules. I mean, look, my main character on Fallout 76 now, I had my main human character, but people always gave me stuff on that character. And so that made the grind just not fun. So I made a second character that was just going to be like a mule. So it's food and aid mule. So now on my screen, when I start a caravan, it goes food and aid mule has started a caravan, and that's my main human character now, it's just kind of hilarious to me how your mules can turn into that. But yeah, it's definitely one of those.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're saying the aid boxes are in the game for Fallout first. Yes. And
like that's what I'm saying, Matt. It's the previous rumor was that the aid box was coming, but that took like 6 to 12 months.
Right.
So.
And boy, it helped me. I'm one that has way too many stim packs, and I mean, it freed
a lot.
I lost
100. I think I lost 120, 140 something pounds on my character.
Yes.
Just being able to press dump. And
dump.
I'm like, oh my God.
Well, from what you played in New York and from what you played in the PTS, tell me what you like, what you don't like about the new update. Let's just jump into the
nitty gritty.
The nitty gritty.
So, in New York, we didn't get to pick our builds, and that was the big thing that I wanted to see how difficult it was going to be in the Burning Springs update once we were on our main characters, because Rush and Bill had talked about how hard the bounties were going to be once you got into the bigger ones, and I'm sitting there thinking, I think the bounties are going to last a minute once we're on our characters, because even us as a team of not having our guns that we choose or our builds, we were still taking them out pretty quick working together. I definitely will agree with you and Sassy. I would like to see the Ohio side difficulty turned up a little bit.
Yes.
I don't want it to turn up too much for the new players, since the new players are directly told, hey, go to Ohio.
Now, you do have to be level 30 before you go in.
You have to be level 30, but when you become a new player, you're like, oh, I need to go to Ohio.
Yeah.
But you're going to be stopping over here, you're going to be stopping over there. So you should be level 30 by that time. Or if you want to skip that, you can do the level 20
start at level 20
to go. But it's definitely something I like where it's going, and I like what they're doing with it. They definitely have some collision things to fix from the few hours that I spent on the PTS last night. And I had a bug where I was standing in one spot and trying to start an event, and then about 5-10 seconds later, I was like, it's not letting me go through this entire thing, and then I just started taking damage, and I got teleported like 500-600 foot to a different spot, and I was standing like in a pool of rads, and I'm just standing there like,
how did that happen?
What's going on right now? I have no idea. But the footage, the stuff that we played was alpha, and I still kind of consider before we get a major update to the
Oh yeah, it's
PTS,
still
like
alpha. Yeah.
because right now I didn't know this until this morning when Wiggle Plays and Necrosis let me know that there's a damage bug right now in the PTS where your weapons are doing 2 and 3 times more damage.
I was
I
wondering
didn't
why I
know.
was one shotting
Yeah.
everything with my
Dude,
assault
I'm
rifle.
telling you, I was super excited for the Gatling gun.
I was excited.
I still am. I love that's my boo thing as I like to call it. But I was sitting there like with the new ghoul pistol, and I was like, there is no way on God's green earth that this damage is going out to the public server the way it is, because that thing was doing 3,000-4,000 damage in a single shot. But yeah, I'm enjoying the new lore. Just like we talked about, you and the wifey while we were up in New York. I am a sucker for lore.
I am.
So giving me more notes, more holotapes to listen to, more terminals. I am very, very excited. And I'm definitely excited for that. And we'll just have to kind of see, because I don't know about you. As a content creator in the space, I hate going into the PTS because I'm expected to go into the PTS to do testing like as content, but I'm ruining the story for myself. And so I told Chad, I was like, look, I will spend about 3 or 4 hours kind of going through stuff, but after I meet the ghoul, I'm not going on Runt's thing. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of those quest lines because I want to save something for myself out there. You know what I mean?
Yes. The Dang Surfer says, I call him the Dang Surfer. He says he looks forward to your thoughts on reworking Fallout First. It sounds very interesting.
I think it's something that a lot of people will enjoy. I definitely think it's something I'm trying to finish that video because today made it to where I can't do my news thing on Sunday. So I'm like, I'll just do the news thing on Monday. So that'll probably be later on in the week sometime. But yeah, it's one of those things that I'm very excited with this update to see where it goes. I love too that a bunch of my Ohio friends are just like geeking out. Like Russell was sitting there, we were all in a Discord chat, just like talking, and he's from Ohio. He's like, I wonder if they put this cave in here. And he was just so happy that he found like a college and a football field.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that kind of joy is something that I love.
Absolutely.
It's like, you know what I mean? That like the way the team, I mean, like if y'all go to Foshnot this year, like this upcoming year, which I hope you do, and I hope that the wife and me can go as well. Oh my God. Just look at how close the town resembles itself. Go up to like where Morgantown and stuff is. They've got the like the cart system, the tram system that they built for the college kids. That in Morgantown, that's actually what that is, and it's still functional.
Wow.
It's one of those things that they take a lot of time, and they take some liberties. But like you got to take some liberties. You can't make it 1-to-1. But God, to be Carl and the pressure that he has, because he was the one that went to the Shenandoah Valley for the Skyline bit. So imagine the like pressure that person has to be under to like take photos, take notes, like, and not miss certain things. But I mean, they got us pretty good, like with the Skyline Valley bit when they were teasing about like maybe cryptids, maybe not, because in the Shenandoah Valley, when you type in Snallygaster, it's the Thunderbird that's on the mountain that what was going to be what Scorched Beast were.
Yes.
That during the Wild Wastelanders, we don't know how this got here. Magically it just showed up. So man,
see, one of my favorite things about any Fallout game, but Fallout 76, what made me fall in love with it was the real world things that they brought into the game. And I'm wondering, with Skyline Valley, you mentioned Skyline Valley, and now the Ohio, it seems like they pulled away just a little bit. There are some real world things there, but they in the base game, they did so good putting all the real world things in there. And I wish they would add more. I guess, of course, that's my thing. I don't know if you've seen the scary places or the real places that I do, but I love the real lore, putting it into the game.
And see, and that's the thing about it, is I would like to see more real places and some like takes on the like lore that's already in the area. And I know that Rush and them said that they took some liberties with this Ohio update.
Yeah.
But maybe in the future, wherever they go, could you
Washington,
imagine
D.C.?
I was about to say, could you imagine going to the Capital Wasteland? And
It's happening. I'm telling you, it's happening.
Dude, you can't drop this is a Megaton update. You can't drop like we could.
I was about to say he's been hinting, and now we've seen the Enclave helicopter. I mean, where was the helicopter taking the Rush King to, or from, whichever way? It had to be Washington D.C.
I mean, that's the thing is like if it was going west, it could be going to the camp for testing. It starts with an M, and all the Fallout fans are going to absolutely roast me for not knowing the like.
M.
Oh, it's like Fallout 1, Fallout 2. I can't remember the actual name of the army base now.
Oh, Mariposa.
Mariposa, yeah, there we go.
Could
be going there
I
for
remembered.
testing. Look, and that's my brain. I'm sitting here like I know it's something, but I'm just going to get roasted.
It's called the podcast curse. I'm telling you, when you're standing looking at a camera, you forget half of what you know. It happens.
Oh, dude, look. And speaking of forgetting things, during that interview, I don't know if you saw the number of. I had almost 5 pages of questions that I had written out as soon as because they told me like a day before the trip. Okay, hey, yeah, you're good to go. And I'm like, all right, got to start writing all these questions because I didn't think it was a real thing until now it's a real thing. Okay, and on the plane ride over there, I know the person that was next to me was like, what in the world? This dude's just writing down in a composition notebook. I ain't seen one of those since elementary school. But like, dude, I tried to remember so many questions when I was asking, but instantly I was nervous for 2 minutes, just like, oh God, what's going on? Oh my God. This is real. Okay. Cause like I walk up there cause I didn't know if it was going to be just Bill or like if it was going to be Rush.
It's both of them.
Yep. I look and I'm like, oh, that's a cool sign. Oh, that's 3 chairs. Oh, I'm glad I'm a streamer and used to a camera being pointed at my face because this is about to be real nerve-wracking. But like as a first one, you know what? That being the first one, I will absolutely take that one, and I will never forget that interview.
Yes.
But even in that interview, he mentioned, oh, we could go.
He said we could have gone east or we could have gone west. That's right. West.
And Ohio's kind of a scary place, isn't it? You know? And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I heard him in your interview say that.
And then that's why I doubled back. But you know, if we ever go to the Capital Wasteland, it would be cool to see the Science Museum and all those super mutants standing in front of it.
I'm telling you, we're going. We're going. I know it.
I will make a request. If the Bethesda team sees this, please, for the love that is everything holy, put the satellite with the door to nowhere that has a certain saying behind it, because that was the moment that I realized the humor team, the team working on Fallout 3 and me have the exact same humor, and that was the first thing I fell in love with the game for. Yep. It was like, you know what? Okay.
Is that the letters FU?
What? Sir, you can't be using language. Man, I come on.
I didn't say that language.
This podcast and like King done told me to. Wow, my gosh, talk about Southern hospitality.
Kind of like Smoking the Bandit. Do the letters FO mean anything to you? Smart aleck.
I say, I need a Dr. Pepper and I'm in a hurry.
A Diablo sandwich. Another man that loves Smoking the Bandit. All right. Of course, hey, you're from Georgia. You have to.
Do, of course.
Oh, anything else about the new updates you want to cover? My word, time is flying by.
Dude, it always does. It always does when you get to talking. Honestly, no, like right now, I think it's too early to really say too much about it because we've only had a couple of days of testing. Haven't really been able to get through all of the new fish and everything to really do more of a breakdown. But like, I'm excited to see where the team is going with this. I definitely am.
Yes. Matt says, do you think the sizable Enclave update could be the grand send-off for Fallout 76 10-year commitment? I don't see a send-off for Fallout 76 yet. In fact, it will go at least until Fallout 5 comes out.
So that's the thing about it. Rush has said many a times, because it's been brought up a few times about the length and like how long 76 is going to go. It's as long as players are playing the game. You know what I mean? And the thing that everybody always goes off and saying, 76 is a dead game, this is because they're going off the Steam numbers. Steam is the lowest common denominator. Like, honestly, 76 got saved by the PlayStation folks when they got added in. And it's just grown. Like, even in my local town, I was at Lowe's and my wife was wearing my Vault 645 shirt, and somebody was passing by us and she goes, I don't recognize that vault. What vault is that in Fallout? And then we were sitting there talking, and I could hear, well, they were talking and I could hear, I was about 10 foot away, and the lady talked about doing her dailies, and I was like, oh, Fallout 76. She's like, yeah, how'd you know? I said, well, what other game? You gonna help Preston? Is that your daily? It's like, there's another settlement that needs your help. No, that's every 30 minutes. She started laughing, and we were just sitting there talking, and Xbox player, and then a couple of the cops, she tells me, that are in my town play 76, and they all play 76 together. So it's strange to me how many people, even just in backwood towns, play the game. So I'm like, let's go. But yeah, that's, everybody goes off the Steam numbers, but I'm going to tell you this, 76 makes the company a lot of money. And if you had questions on what was the Fallout game with the TV show, you're looking at it. It's Fallout 76, whether you like it or not. It is Fallout 76 through and through. It is a good money maker. It is something that they can share with their shareholders. Of look at the engagement time, look at how many people logging in, doing this sort of stuff, and are engaged with the system. So I think, like you said, I think it'll go till Fallout 5, maybe a little bit more, depending on. We'd have to. I think by then we'd have to get a transfer over to a new engine.
Well, let's talk about that for just a minute, because it was confirmed in New York to us that there's a next-gen update coming to Fallout 76. We had heard, rumors of it, but it was said, yes, it's coming, and it sounded like it's coming next year to me, is what it sounded like. What did you hear?
I think it's going to be coming, like you said, probably in this next year. And the great thing about that is that they're not going to be dropping support for PlayStation 4. They confirmed that. So if you play on PlayStation 4 or you play on an older generation Xbox, don't worry, they're not going to be doing that. But do you want to know something that I took from that? Is a question that we all ask. Cross progression and cross play.
Yeah.
The fact is that
that was the don't ask question.
well, that's just the question that when somebody asked about when they asked about the next gen update and they gave that answer of we're working on it, you just knew not to ask because it's a question that we all are going to ask regardless. But the thing is, to me, is that when that happens for that next gen update, I think we could see at least cross progression, especially in the space we are right now with PlayStation, Xbox not doing really exclusives, maybe just timed exclusives. But here's the thing about it. I don't know if you noticed this. I made a video about it a while back. Banners from the PTS on your PC account for your Bethesda account do go to your Xbox and your PlayStation. It's
it's already there. Well,
and it's all right. So if we could get it tied to where our Atomic Shop purchases are just cross progression, not even our character levels, dude. Yeah. I'm happy.
You are following exactly what I want to talk about, because cross play was a big one, and we were told it was asked. One of the first questions they were like, "Don't ask." But then I noticed in an article this week that Iron Lord, he was there with us. He did ask during his interview part. And this is what Bill Lacoste said. He said, it is never a no, but the game's fundamental design choices make it a huge technical lift. It wasn't built for seamless multi-platform integration.
And now, funny thing about that question and that answer, him and Rush got asked that same question at the Summer Games Fest when they were doing the Gone Fishing, and that is the exact same answer that they gave during that time. So it's not something that's made up. It's something that they've practiced in the mirror and made sure that people understand that I don't really think this engine genuinely can handle it. I had people guessing about, oh, are we going to get mounts and stuff like that? And I'm like, well, think about Starfield. That's a completely new engine, and they couldn't really get the compression for like streaming, like to do a vehicle and stuff like that for a buggy or flying for quite some time. So maybe if we go to a new engine, there's something like maybe cross-play, cross-progression, like to get to that sort of thing. But it's also a sad thing to think about, man, that like PlayStation 4s and such, like on the Xbox side, I'm not an Xbox person, so I couldn't tell you what generations are, except for the newest one, X and S, and the old ones. That one.
It goes 361, then X and S.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that.
Okay, I thought it was going to be 720 back in the day, but like, but those are so old now that it's getting to the point where it's getting harder and harder to actually maintain. And that's kind of the problem on PC with how much legacy equipment we have to like keep up to date and keep on the systems, because, you know, it's one of those hard things that we're going to have to swallow that pill one day and be like, well, maybe I do have to get this PlayStation 6 when it comes out, or move to a used PS5 and always stay one behind. But I've still got my PS4 in the living room, and I've got my S sitting up here.
We watch TV on the PS3, so we're doing all right.
Is it the fat system?
Yes, it is.
Oh
it is
my
the fat
God.
system.
I love my fat system in the living room too. I will take that board apart and put it in the oven as many times as I need to reheat all that solder. I don't even care.
Well, I have said this many times on the KingCast. I talked to Jeff Gardner way back when he was the head of 76, and he told me face to face, he said PlayStation is what's holding up crossplay. And now I put that together with everything else. Does that mean maybe there's a technical thing with PlayStation that they can't do?
I don't think it was that. You got to think about it back in the day, and that's the thing I always heard, that it was Sony. But I don't think it's a technical thing. I think it's the fact that, think about Sony and Xbox and the rivalry that they've had for so long. I think it was more of the fact that because 76 and Bethesda got bought out by Microsoft, I don't think it's one of those things that Sony was like, you know what? Sure, we'll help you out with this. I think it's more of like, no, I don't want anything to do with you. I'm not going to help you out. Leave me alone.
Well, I always bring up the mods for Fallout 4. They wouldn't even release most of the mods for Fallout 4, which is, by the way, when I quit being a PlayStation guy and I turned my PlayStation in for an Xbox, because I wanted all the Fallout 4 mods. So
see, that's why I play on PC.
Yep.
It's because like I've got my Steam, I've got my GOG and stuff like that. I'm a happy camper, so like at the end of the day, that's why I choose to be on PC. Also, FOV controls.
Absolutely.
I'm glad Bill actually said that the team is like somewhat working on that, because I can't play on console, dude. I get headaches like crazy.
Guys, we are to the last 5 minutes of this podcast already, and I know I've missed a lot of questions. So if you have any questions for Fargassier or for me or for both, put them in there now. We can talk about anything Bethesda or anything outside of Bethesda as well. Is there anything else you want to talk about as far as our New York trip or the new update or 76, anything, Fargassier?
I'm down for whatever. It was just awesome meeting y'all and getting to actual talk. Like, and just like, that's the biggest thing to me about that sort of stuff, is it's not even getting to play the game early and getting to record and do all the things that we do. It's more of the face to face. Like, it's the first time I've met Ken, like face to face. So it was like great to hug that man, be like, hey, what's up, buddy? So DeMarco, how do I grow a beard? I'm gonna tell you this: don't do it. Don't do it. It's a pain in the tuchus. That's exactly
DeMarco,
what it is.
What's wrong with mine? He's never said anything about mine.
Ever since I was like 11 years old, I had a goatee, and until I started creating content again, then I started letting the beard go. And my wife tells me all the time, "When are you gonna shave the beard?" She hates it, and so randomly, like with Fallout for Hope, I'll always put on there, Gassy shaves his beard at this point. My wife loves that time of the year.
I see you're starting to get a little icing right there, like I've got.
Oh, dude, I've got like, I didn't know what was in my mustache the other day when I recorded a video, and I was like, "What is that?" And then I looked, I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm just like straight up platinum going in here. Though. I'm down with it."
Well, look, I've turned all silver down here. This is red, but this is silver, so
I blame it on my wife too. That's what I tell her all the time.
Okay. Matt says, if it comes down to it, and I have to buy a brand new console that may just be the nail in the coffin, I'll switch my time-consuming activity to working on my cars that I own. I understand with prices the way they are. In fact,
exactly.
we were going to bring up Xbox Game Pass, but I wanted to keep
I don't like it.
I wanted to keep it happier. As y'all have heard, Xbox Game Pass has gone up 50%. It went up from $15 to $30. So
you know, the great thing is they said everybody got like upgrades in their tiers, but they kind of just left PC to their own devices.
Yeah,
and just gave us a 50% increase. It didn't add anything to us. Just like,
didn't give me nothing.
Listen, I still like Game Pass. I'm not going to tell anybody how to spend their money, but I also get free PC Game Pass sometimes through Keymailer. And I'm going to tell you what, right now, if I wasn't a content creator and I didn't get those, yeah, it'd be hard to spend $17 a month because I think we're getting to the point of wanting to like own games again.
Yes.
That's the thing I really like about
100%.
And honestly, too, I just use Xbox Game Pass to figure out if I want to buy a game. That's kind of like I use it like
to try
with Outer
it.
Worlds.
Yep.
I did that with Outer Worlds, and then I bought Outer Worlds when it was on sale. But yeah, no, I'm not a fan of the price increase. I'm not a fan of it. But you know, I'm just me, and I'm a dude. And
I haven't heard anybody that's a fan of it.
No, I hadn't either.
Lelouch says, will more content be released for Ohio while in PTS or later? I can speak for me and Fargassier and say, while it's in the PTS, there will be more coming out. Absolutely, 100%. I've already got stuff planned, and I bet he does as well. Danny says, when do you expect part 2 of Burning Springs coming out? And when do you think the next map expansion will come, if it is to come? I do believe there's another map expansion. I know it's going to be Washington, D.C. There are too much. He keeps saying, John Rush keeps saying a Megaton update. There are too many hints, like we've talked about, the Enclave and all that. But we will probably get an update to Burning Springs next year, I'm guessing. What do you think?
You got to look at the map. There's so much area for activities. Just to quote Step Brothers, they're like, and I love now that we're getting into using that extra area.
Yep.
Which, by the way, I don't know your thoughts on this. I didn't catch it between you and Sassy, but I think y'all are going to have the same thing as me. I absolutely love the name being on the map when you zoom out. Dude, I get Toxic Valley and Savage Divide because they butt up together and they look so close.
Yep.
I get like mixed up when am I supposed to be over here? Am I supposed to be I still, even over 4,000 hours, I still get that somewhat confused. But I'm really happy to see that, and it'd be great for new
Absolutely.
players.
Yeah, we've talked about it here. You've got Kentucky already on the map down in the ash heap, so you've got Maryland, parts of D.C. and Maryland that way, and I guess. Is there any north, like Pittsburgh? I don't know if that's up there or not, but there's a lot more Virginia as well that can go. So there's a lot of expansions that can happen. And as they say, they're working years in advance. So any other questions, guys? We're about to the end. I cannot believe we are at the end. Fargassier, thank you so much for being on the KingCast today. I know my people love it, and I've had some of your people come over. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all can go ahead and subscribe to me if you want to. That's all right.
Go ahead.
But
I
will change I apologize that your link is not working in the description. I don't know why. But please, all you have to do is look up Fargassier on YouTube. It'll happen.
Look at my eyes. I don't care. I don't care. It's fine.
Well, yes, I want all of my peoples to subscribe to you because he does great, great, great content. And you're a great man, even better than that. And that's why I had you on the KingCast today.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
That's the thing. You can always tell. Like I always say go with your gut feeling on people. And the second that I met y'all, I was like, all right, yep,
They're okay.
yep,
They're
yep.
all right. And now I know you like Smokey the Bandit, so you're even better. Well, anything before we go, Gassy?
No, just everybody. Hopefully, y'all have a great, wonderful night out there in the wasteland. I'm serious. Appreciate you having me here for it. Anytime you want to get on and yap or talk or anything like that, feel free to reach out. Like I always tell everybody, my Twitter, my Discord, everything's open for communications because it's nice. Like with you, me, a bunch of other creators, we have a working relationship with Bethesda. So if you ever have any like problems that you see come up and you don't see them reported yet, send them in. Like at least to me, I won't speak for King, but like send me it. Like if you
100%.
see that there's something going on, just send us a message. Because it's one thing. Tonic, like my grandfather taught me like a high tide raises all ships.
Yes.
And then Tonic was the same way. Like when I first got in and met him, I'd watched his content for years, and instantly me and him formed a friendship and just able to talk. And through the 2 years of me like busting butt to like, just make content, build up the community, he's like, always remember high tide raises all ships. And like when I told him I wanted to do the new stuff, I said, I think I'm going to do it different than Gamer Mom Over 50 and everybody else does it. I'm going to I'm going to make 4 or 5 videos of like looking at different videos from other creators and make sure that I'm always giving shout outs at the tail end
I
of that
love
video.
that you do that. Yeah.
And dude, that's like, as someone who watched Gamer Mom Over 50, get a message and saying, hey, I like that you're doing this. Keep it up. I was just like starstruck. Genuinely starstruck. I was like, dude, this means the world to me. Like, yeah. she was laughing about it. I was just like, no, for real. Like, I kept up with everybody in 76, even when I wasn't playing 76. But yeah, it's really great to see, especially at that community event where nobody was like holding information. We were sharing like videos with each other, being like, hey, it's 30 minutes. We need to share footage. To see creators just instantly do that, and then with the number of creators that were invited to that and then the live stream event and nothing leak about Burning Springs.
That was awesome.
That says what you need to know about the Fallout 76 A community and the creator community.
Well, the creator community is just like the community. It's just just awesome people. It's just awesome people. Well, thank y'all so much. Unexpected Outcome says, great stream. One more question. Stitch Fan says, do you think they will go back to some of the stuff they have been building up, like the Ghoul faction or the Fishermen being controlled? Yes, 100%. I think we're going to get into the Interloper sometime. They've hinted that way too much. So, again, remember, they plan stuff like 5 years in advance. So, yes, that is coming. The Interloper's coming. I thought it was going to be in the Ohio thing, and it still may be. I haven't played all of it.
That's the thing. There's so much stuff that we haven't seen, and also there was a question asked. BioWagon asked Rush on Twitter. I was trying to remember the name, but there is a barn that is fully chained up and locked up.
Yes, I saw that.
I wonder what's in there.
I know.
Don't worry. And Rush goes, "Don't worry, I've got it all locked up." So it's also by the way, Richard, it's under your resources tab in the new build menu to build an extractor. But remember, you have to be on the node has to be in your camp bubble, in your bubble radius for you to actually build it. You will see that highlighted that you can actually build it in your camp if you're able to.
100%. Well, thank you again, Fargassier. Come back sometime, please. We enjoyed this.
Anytime you want to have me on, like I told you, I am absolutely 100% down. All I need to know is you just ask the question, hey, do you want to come by and talk? We're going to be talking about this. Cool.
Well, next time your wife has a dinner that you don't want to go to, just come on back over here.
That's all the time. That's all the time.
Thank y'all for watching. Again, please subscribe to Fargassier. He would appreciate it, and I would appreciate it even more. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. God bless you. Bye, everybody.